The greatest scientists are artists as well. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. A human being is a part of the whole, called by us universe, a part limited in time and space, where the world ceases to be the scene of our personal hopes and wishes, where we face it as free beings admiring, asking, observing. There we enter the realm of art and science. If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music. I cannot tell if I would have done any creative work of importance in music, but I do know that I get most joy in life out of my violin. I believe in intuitions and inspirations. I sometimes feel that I am right. I do not know that I am. It occurred to me by intuition, and music was the driving force behind that intuition. My discovery was the result of musical perception. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. The supreme task of the physicist is to arrive at those universal elementary laws from which the cosmos can be built up by pure deduction. There is no logical path to these laws, only intuition, resting on sympathetic understanding of experience, can reach them. I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Whoever does not know it and can no longer wonder, no longer marvel, is as good as dead, and his eyes are dimmed. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery every day. My interest in science was always essentially limited to the study of principles. That I have published so little is due to this same circumstance, as the great need to grasp principles has caused me to spend most of my time on fruitless pursuits. I believe in one thing, that only a life lived for others is a life worth living. My passion for social justice has often brought me into conflict with people, as has my aversion to any obligation and dependence I did not regard as absolutely necessary. Science is international, but its success is based on institutions which are owned by nations. If, therefore, we wish to promote culture, we have to combine and to organize institutions with our own power and means. Even though the realms of religion and science in themselves are clearly marked off from each other, nevertheless, there exists between the two strong reciprocal relationships and dependencies. Why does this magnificent applied science, which saves work and makes life easier, bring us so little happiness? The simple answer runs, because we have not yet learned to make sensible use of it. One thing I have learned in a long life, that all our science, measured against reality, is primitive and childlike, and yet it is the most precious thing we have. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. All these aspirations are directed toward ennobling man's life, lifting it from the sphere of mere physical existence and leading the individual towards freedom.